Hello, supers! Welcome back to Paano ba to? And as we continue the love month, I am still going through all your letters and messages with questions about love. And for this week's episode, our letter is from Mr. Walking on Eggshells. At meron siyang tanong tungkol sa communication. Open communication between partners. Kaya naman ang naisip ko talaga to give advice about this topic is a couple na I love listening to when they talk. Slater and Kryz. And please do watch till the end of the video kasi mamaya I will be reading more of your comments about the best and the worst love advice you've ever received. So again, I hope you enjoy this conversation. Kryz and Slater, welcome to Paano ba to?
Oh, thanks for having us.
The letter I found for you two is about communication. Are you ready to give advice?
Always ready.
Okay. This letter is from Mr. Walking on Eggshells. Sabi niya, open communication is key for a healthy relationship, but I think it's easier said than done. Minsan kasi pag may gumugulo sa isip mo, nahihiya kang itanong sa partner mo o kaya naman minsan di mo na lang tatanungin kasi ayaw mong mawala siya sa mood or ayaw mong magkaroon ng tension bigla between the two of you. Is this normal? How to deal or overcome this? Paano ba to?
Ikaw na muna.
Ako mauna. Well, I can relate because sometimes I do have like Slater says something or Slater does something or we both do something and parang
na-hurt siya.
I feel something about it but parang do I talk to him about it? Pahaso, parang masisira pa yung mood if usapin ko siya. That really happens sometimes. But
yeah, I feel too.
Parang I feel like it's okay that you let something slide.
Yes.
Like, pick your battles. Because if you always naman, like, for every little thing, like, you know what, you have to have a talk. Parang kapagod rin.
Yeah, I feel like if it doesn't really affect the relationship in the long run, and if it's something that you can let it slide, okay lang naman to keep it to yourself. But if you really have something heavy sa chest mo, it's best to talk about it talaga. But I feel like the best way to do it wouldn't be right there and then. It would be to find the proper timing na medyo okay yung mood nyo. Tapos it's about the tone of voice that you use. Like for example, when she tells me that I've done something, which is 90% of the time.
Ikaw talaga! Hindi ganun.
It's actually like, oh love, you know what? It really hurts me when you do this.
Or, you know, you said something a while ago. Probably didn't mean it this way, but maybe next time, don't say it na lang kasi it hurt my feelings.
Yeah, parang ganyan. It can start a discussion, but with the note na we're in this together and we're going to figure this out.
And never like, you're buang talaga. Like, nothing personal, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what you said,
it's always
what you
constructive.
Did. Yeah.
What would you advise, Mr. Walking on Eggshells? Kasi nauunahan siya ng hiya na tanungin yung partner o yun nga, ayaw na lang niyang mag-cause ng tension.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot also. And then the problem with that is if you keep it to yourself all the time, then the next time you're gonna have a fight, parang papatong-patong lang siya lahat, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if it's something small that you will forget tomorrow or if it's not gonna affect your relationship in the long run, you can let it slide. But if it's something that's eating at you and like you're always gonna be thinking about, then you should talk about it. But if it's something gets in your head and then you don't say it, ikim-kim mo lang lahat, it's gonna be a worse fight, right?
Yes, parang mas nag-blew out of proportion.
Yeah.
Let me geek out a little bit. Palagi ko sinasabi sa kanya, when you talk to not just your partner, but everyone around you, your family members, I use this technique, yung FBI technique na sinabi ko sa kanya.
What is the FBI technique?
So, I read this from a book, like Girl Boss siya. I forgot the book. She uses FBI technique when you have to talk about sensitive topics. FBI meaning feelings, behavior, then the impact of that behavior. I feel sad when you behave like this behavior. And nasasad ako because it might ruin the relationship. Anong impact niyan? This is a way of like phrasing or like approaching a problem na hindi siya confrontational because you're actually asking for help to solve the problem.
So guys, ito na po ang secret. Si Slater ay couples therapist pala.
Sideline ko yan, sideline.
Grabe handyman, therapist, ibang klase.
Jack of all trades, sir.
But that makes sense. Try nga yun.
FBI. JC. Ganito, JC.
I felt bad because you did this. Yeah.
Okay, so given that, another normal thing is what you said earlier, Kryz, na yung parang nagpapatong-patong. And sometimes kasi, you don't mean that to happen. It's just like, you're busy, or like when you want to confront the person, so many things are going on sa kanya, so ayaw muna siyang dagdagan ng problema and all these things. When it happens na like that, unintentionally parang medyo nagpatong-patong na, and you know that you really have to talk to your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your partner already, what would you advise?
I will take it from Slater's advice. I think this is very good advice kanina na don't wait to talk about it when you're fighting na. So choose a moment where you're both in a good mood, you're both calm, like watching TV. You know what, love? Kanina, you did this. Ikaw talaga. And you can even like make it lambing way instead of saying na, oh my God, ikaw talaga, lalala. You can say, you hurt me talaga. Why? Diba? Like, at least it's less annoying.
Yeah.
Right?
Ako tinatiming ko when she's putting on makeup. Kasi alam kong ayaw na niyang masira yung makeup niya.
Oh my goodness! Grabe yun.
I don't like to fight talaga. It's so stressful.
But it's not like we're avoiding anything. It's just we let some things slide na parang, for example, she was talking to me about not putting the toilet seat down. She doesn't make a big deal out of it. So parang hindi kami nag-aaway.
Most of the things are a joke.
Yeah. Unless it's like something very important.
I totally agree with you. Really have to choose your battles kasi parang there are more important things to attend to for sure. Since this topic is all about, I guess, communication. It's the key to a healthy relationship, which it is for sure. What is your advice na lang, I guess, to all couples in terms of that, keeping open communication?
Start a podcast kasi
You have to talk about it.
Yung podcast namin, mas nag-uusap kami yung one-on-one without the distraction of a phone or something else happening kasi kailangan mong mag-focus na you can actually reply.
Good response. Yeah.
So parang it helps with, I think, communication as well. But we always talk about anything and everything during mga dinner times, and I feel like those moments are when we get to connect kasi throughout the day busy kami.
Yeah. I think you also have to like respect your partner na he doesn't always have to think like you, act like you, like the same things as you, and you shouldn't try to kind of control everything or mold
them to a specific idea of what you want that person to be.
Yeah, and also like just really take pride out of the equation and think na you guys are doing it together. Yeah. And you guys are together every day. So if mag-aaway pa kayo, you're just causing your own stress.
That's true. I've actually used that line on my husband the one time that we were arguing. Something to the effect na, hindi tayong magkalaban dito, magkakampi tayo. Wow!
That's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
Know at the end of the day that you both want the same thing. You're on the same team.
Definitely. Hey, super thanks, Slater and Kryz. I really appreciate your time and your wonderful stories.
Thanks for having us, Bianx.
Thank you. And of course, do listen to the Sky podcast. Love it. And of course, the respective YouTube channels, Kryz Uy and Slater Yam. Love it. Thank you so much, you two. Maraming salamat.
Thanks for having us, Bianx. It was fun.
Yay! Another adorable couple, Slater and Kryz. Loved talking to the two of them. And yeah, as promised, I will be reading more of your comments to the best and the worst love advice you've ever received. Pwede pa kayo humabol? So in the comment section or in the community tab, please do share with me your best and worst love advice ever na narinig din nyo. Okay, the first one is from It's Gel. Sabi niya, best advice, you cannot give what you don't receive. Love yourself first so you can share the love to others. Worst love advice niya, magbabago na lang yan pagkasal na kayo. Man, yeah, that would definitely be worst advice kasi kung hindi ka happy sa kung sino siya bago kayo ikasal, hindi ka talaga magiging happy kung magpakasal kayo. From Crizel Vargas, best, know and understand your partner's love language. Totally agree, Crizel. Dahil dati, me and my husband, ang hilig namin magbigay ng gift sa isa't isa. Yung pala, it wasn't how we both felt loved. Ako, my love language is time. When my partner spends time with me, feeling ko, love niya ako. And for my husband, it's acts of service. Very, very important to know your partner's love language. And for her worst advice, do not sleep mad or until you fix your issues. Dahil para sa kanya, if you don't feel like it, don't. Never force it. Sleep and you might feel better tomorrow. I actually really agree with you because this is advice given to us before we got married na hindi namin masundan-sundan. I guess case-to-case basis talaga, no? Kanya-kanya talaga. Super thanks! Again, I want to hear more of the best and worst love advice you've gotten. So please do post that in the comment section below. And in case you aren't a part of it yet, please do join the Paano Ba To Kumustahan group. It's a private Facebook group. So go to Facebook and type Paano Ba To Kumustahan group. And there, yun ang ating pag session. That is our safe space, our banlaw session to talk about the different issues that you want to talk about. And I would like to invite everyone also to Paano Ba To? The podcast! Yay! Finally have a podcast. Thank you so much to everyone who sent their well wishes, who commented, who tagged me. Maraming salamat. And for the podcast, every new episode drops at 11 p.m. on Monday. So Paano Ba To will really be your Monday night habit. And actually, in the pod, you will get to hear the more raw conversation, the more raw version of the interviews here on YouTube. And at least sa podcast kasi, you can just listen to it without having to watch. So you can listen to it while doing your chores. If you want to catch up on Paano Ba To episodes, yeah. So that's it. Thank you so much, supers, for all your support. Ramdam na ramdam ko talaga. Maraming salamat. And till next week, have a good one, supers!